So if you were just on my live, I just read the entire unsealed 14-page Diddy indictment, and that was kind of crazy. I'm just going to give you some of the highlights of it. It was a lot of legal jargon, a lot of title this and section that, but I'm going to give you the fucking tea. So first of all, they used all of his AKAs when it came to naming him. So it would start off with Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P Diddy, aka Diddy, aka PD, aka Love. Basically, Diddy has his own criminal organization called The Enterprise, which was basically run under his various businesses, like his recording studio, television network, liquor online, all of that all consisted of people who are a part of The Enterprise. Because of that, this is organized crime. He's getting hit with a RICO. I heard somebody say it was a FRICO. Y'all ain't shit. Though they didn't use her by name, they talked about the Cassie incident with the hotel footage of her being dragged and having the vase thrown at her. Talked about other instances of him transporting 304s, male and female, across state lines and internationally for his own benefit, providing them with so much like illegal narcotics that they would be completely out of it and engage in something that they called freak offs, which is basically like a huge Georgie Porgy, if you know what I mean, where there were multiple people and this would go on for days. And they even mentioned that he would be in the room pleasuring himself while this is going on. It would be so bad and last so long that people would be completely exhausted. And he had staff members specifically to give everybody who engaged in the Georgie Porgy IV fluids. Like, it was that bad. Not only that, he would secretly film everybody so he can use it as leverage later on so that they wouldn't speak up and say anything about what he did. They're also accusing him of like brandishing firearms, not just him, but like staff that he has to silence the victims who wanted to speak out about what was going on. So this makes complete sense for people who be like, oh, why are they just saying something now? Why are they just speaking up now? People wanted to, but in the indictment, it also talked about how he threatened people's like people close to them as well. So people were actually very scared to say anything. They talked about how during the raid that we saw in his Miami and LA houses, they found like a whole bunch of stuff that they called freak off supplies, which included over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant, as well as several AK-47s that had like damaged serial numbers and a drum magazine. They talked about when he would physically abuse his victims, how he would like have a place for them to hide out for days until their injuries weren't like visible to the public. This is crazy. They're talking about how everybody was in on it, from like the household workers to personal assistants, people who worked in other areas of his business that had nothing, like they were all a part of this. So just when you thought you were getting away with something, he would have people to go track you down and find you so that you wouldn't be able to tell. Talked about how he used his power to control people's careers, stop them from being able to make money, and yeah, just basically threaten them. And also force them to engage in activities with male 304s. He's going down. He's going down, y'all. And at the end was just some legal stuff basically saying that if he tried to, any of the stuff that he obtained, such as money, houses, cars, anything like that, that he obtained by doing any of this like criminal activity, if he were to damage it on purpose, sell it, transfer it to somebody else, try to mix it up into some other businesses that's not a part of this whole indictment, that they would still come after him and take the money or take property that he has that will be equivalent to the amount that of stuff that they couldn't get to.